The Book of Five Rings. Miyamoto Musashi's The Book of Five Rings, Go-Rin no Sho, written in 1645, is a timeless classic on strategy, combat, and the philosophy of mastery. Musashi, one of Japan's greatest swordsmen, undefeated in over 60 duels, wrote this book near the end of his life, distilling his knowledge of battle, discipline, and the way of the warrior into 5 distinct rings or chapters: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Though originally written as a guide to swordsmanship and martial arts, its principles have been widely applied to business, strategy, leadership, and even psychological warfare. At its core, the Book of Five Rings is not just about fighting, it is about the art of adaptation and understanding the true nature of conflict. Musashi believed that success in battle, business, or life depends not only on physical skill but also on mental clarity, tactical flexibility, and an unshakable mindset. His teachings emphasize observation, timing, positioning, and the ability to act decisively without hesitation. These lessons have made this book highly influential in modern competitive fields such as trading, corporate strategy, sports, and personal growth. The book is written in a direct yet poetic style, often leaving the reader with room for personal interpretation. Musashi's words challenge the reader to see beyond technique and to cultivate an intuitive understanding of strategy. His insights are based on real experience. He was not just a philosopher, but a warrior who put his strategies to the ultimate test on the battlefield. Breaking down the 5 rings of strategy. 1. The Earth Scroll, laying the foundation of mastery. The first chapter, Earth, sets the stage by outlining the fundamental principles of strategy. Musashi compares strategy to carpentry, explaining that just as a master builder must understand materials, tools, and balance, a warrior must grasp the essential structure of combat and tactics. One of the most crucial lessons from this scroll is know the way in all things, meaning that true mastery comes from a deep and universal understanding of one's craft. Musashi teaches that one must not specialize too narrowly but instead develop broad knowledge and adaptability. A skilled warrior must study multiple schools of thought and be able to respond fluidly to different challenges. What to read and why? The analogy of the carpenter is a powerful metaphor for strategy in any field. Whether you're a fighter, entrepreneur, or investor, mastering fundamentals allows you to build something strong and lasting. The section on the way of strategy explains why strategy is not just about combat but applies to any competitive endeavor. 2. The Water Scroll, the Art of Adaptation. In the second scroll, Water, Musashi explains the importance of fluidity and flexibility. Just as water takes the shape of whatever container it is in, a strategist must be able to adjust to different circumstances. Musashi stresses that a warrior must be able to shift between different styles and approaches without hesitation. This section introduces key fighting techniques, including Musashi's famous two-sword technique, Nitten Ichiryu, which symbolizes balance and the ability to control multiple elements simultaneously. He also discusses mental stillness, the ability to remain calm and clear-headed even in chaotic situations. What to read and why? The discussion of timing and rhythm is essential for anyone in business, negotiation, or competition. Musashi explains that knowing when to strike is just as important as how to strike. The explanation of the two heavens technique highlights the importance of balance in decision-making, whether in battle or strategy. Having multiple options keeps you adaptable. 3. The Fire Scroll, the Psychology of Conflict. The Fire Scroll is where Musashi gets into the intensity of combat, aggression, and psychological warfare. He discusses the momentum of battle, the importance of keeping an opponent off balance, and the necessity of overwhelming one's enemy with speed and precision. This chapter is particularly relevant in modern competitive environments such as business and finance. Musashi explains that a true warrior does not fight battles, he wins them before they even begin. By taking control of the flow of a situation, one can force an opponent into a position of weakness before they have a chance to react. Musashi also introduces the concept of attacking with the spirit, where a warrior dominates not just physically but mentally. This psychological dominance can be seen in modern corporate negotiations, sports psychology, and military tactics. What to read and why. The section on 3 methods to forestall an opponent explains how to take control of a situation before it escalates. This is highly relevant for leaders and strategists. The part about seeing through to victory teaches how to sense an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them effectively. 4. The Wind Scroll, learning from others and avoiding false paths. The Wind Scroll focuses on analyzing other schools of thought and strategies. Musashi warns against becoming too attached to a single method or ideology. Instead, he encourages the reader to study all perspectives, including those of competitors and enemies, to fully understand the battlefield. This chapter is a warning against rigid thinking, whether in martial arts, business, or personal growth. Musashi criticizes other schools of swordsmanship for focusing too much on style and appearance rather than effectiveness. He argues that true mastery comes from results, not aesthetics. What to read and why. The discussion of superficial techniques versus true mastery is a must-read for anyone who wants to develop deep expertise rather than just surface-level skills. The section on recognizing the flaws in other strategies is useful for entrepreneurs and traders who want to understand their competitors' weaknesses. 5. The Void Scroll, the ultimate state of mastery. The final scroll, Void, is the most philosophical and abstract section of the book. Musashi describes a state of complete awareness and intuition, a level of mastery where strategy becomes second nature. This is similar to the concept of flow state in modern psychology, where an individual performs at their peak without conscious effort. Musashi explains that at the highest level, a warrior does not think about strategy, he simply acts, responding instinctively to each situation. This level of skill is achieved through rigorous practice, deep understanding, and detachment from ego. What to read and why. The idea of no thought, no mind, Mushin, is essential for athletes, artists, and professionals who want to perform at their peak without hesitation or doubt. The passage on seeing the unseen teaches how intuition and experience can help one anticipate future events before they happen. Final thoughts: why you should read this book. The Book of 5 Rings is not just a manual for sword fighting, it is a guide to mastery in any field. Whether you are an entrepreneur, investor, strategist, athlete, or artist, the lessons in this book apply to any form of competition or skill development. Musashi's emphasis on adaptability, decisiveness, and mental clarity makes this book invaluable for those who want to understand the psychology of strategy and dominance. His teachings are as relevant today as they were in 17th century Japan, proving that the principles of success are timeless. For those looking to gain an edge in business, battle, or life, the Book of 5 Rings offers a profound and practical philosophy that has stood the test of time.